Hey YouTube, this is TCG Player here. This is my anti-meta deck. It's really good. It's not the cheapest because I'm ordering cards for it to pretty much just getting the supers and the ultra rares of some of the cards that are in this deck. But for common base, it's still pretty cheap. But let's get started. So, one Glorious stops OTKs, so it's a really good card. 2 Mobiuses to get stuff off your backfield. I'm going to eventually get Caius's and put him in this deck, but right now I don't have any, so this is the deck. One's a Borg because he helps for getting stuff off your opponent's field that you don't like for monsters, but other than that, like once I get Caius, this is going to be taken out. I'll do an update video when I finish it, but one's a Borg. 1 Dark Dust because I like him better than Dark Hole because he's as good as Dark Hole and he also gets to attack, so still really good. Because either way you're going to lose your monsters, so with Dark Hole, so this guy's a little bit better. Lighthorn Dragon because I can remove 5 spell chops from your 5 spell cards from my opponent's graveyard, so they can't get them back somehow with some retarded combo. But 1 Whitehorn, 2 Cyber Dragons because Cyber Dragon's awesome. 3 Mystic Tomatoes to search out stuff because the majority of this deck is dark attribute, so it helps stop the searching. You can search these out for so you don't take direct damage, and then also bring out Sanguine for to search your deck. But they're really good. They're also there's searchers, but 2 Gravekeeper Spire because they're good tribute fodder, and then on top of that they have 2000 defense, so that's why they're in the deck. 1 DD Warrior Lady, I plan on running 2 of them once I get a second one, but 1 DD Warrior Lady, 1 Breaker the Warrior because I like him, he's really good. And if you don't use his effect, he's 1900, and when you do, he does drop, but he's still really good. 1 DD Warrior because this is pretty much my substitute for the second DD Warrior Lady. Once I get the second DD Warrior Lady, I'm taking him out. 1 Sanguine because he's a really good card, staple. 1 Spirit Reaper because he's just good tribute fodder, and it's not that easy just to get around him when you play him. 2 Old Vindictive Magicians because, well, I can get stuff off the field pretty quickly. 1 Marshmallow because his effect's really good, he can't be destroyed by battle, and on top of that, he's just another tribute fodder. 1 Calculator because he gets really big really quickly. That's it for monsters. There's stuff I'm going to take out of this deck, like I said, but right now that's all I have. Allure of Darkness because there's 12 targets for this card, so it helps. 1 Soul Exchange, 2 MST Staples, 1 Pot of Avarice, 1 Lightning Vortex, 1 Double Summon, 1 Smashing Ground, 1 Econ, 1 Monster Reborn Staple, 1 Giant Grenade Staple. The magic show is pretty easy, but yeah. On the traps, 1 Magic Cylinder, Ultra, so really cool. It's original. Trenchal Tribute, staple. Scrap Orange Scarecrow because it's one of my favorite trap cards because it's really good. D-Prison, Mirror Force, staple. Negate Attack, and Jar Greed. That's my deck. Hope y'all like it. Like I said, really cheap to make if you want it just to look common. But like I said, I'm changing the deck as I go. But right now, I'm gonna get the supers of all the monarchs and stuff like that, and the Cyber Dragons, stuff like that. And the Breaker, of course. But pretty much this deck, it's anti-meta. I took it to locals today and I went 5-0, so it's a really good deck. I got first place with it, and I destroyed most of the meta decks that are out there today. Like, I beat 6 Sams pretty easily because they couldn't stop my field control. Beat Plant Synchro because, yet again, they couldn't stop the field control I have. I stopped a lot of stuff. And other than that, it's a really good deck. It's pretty cheap to make if you don't want it to all look shiny and nice. But that's the deck, and I'll talk to y'all later. So, later, YouTube.